I love that part. I seriously do. I can listen to it over and over. I have. I've sat there and just repeated that one part. It's so cool. Usually they're singing over it, but the instrumental version is awesome. What's up, guys, and welcome to another Moony Monday Sailor Moon chat. Should I just start calling this Crystal Cast? I haven't decided. Crystal Cast kind of started out as just a talk show, and then it turned into like news and merchandise, and now we're having these live chats. Should we just call this Crystal Cast, or is it like something different? I don't know. What's up, guys, and welcome to Sailor Moon Chats. And I am rocking. Before we start, I just gotta say, I'm rocking. I know the exposure is really bright today for some reason. I'm not sure why. But I am rocking my Trainer Venus shirt. I don't wear this shirt very often because it's kind of, I consider it a little big on me. It's like not like a woman's fit. It's like a regular t-shirt, and I feel like it's kind of big. I guess it's not, or else I've just gotten bigger. But, I really want to adjust my settings here. Why are we so bright? Z Malin, thank you! But, totally rocking the Trainer Venus, because I am a Pokemon master. And Venus. Now I need all of these Pokemon. I did catch a Ponyta. I hatched a Ponyta yesterday. But this is not a Pokemon stream. This is a Sailor Moon stream. And we are going to talk about Sailor Moon. Ooh, Angel, I like it. Crystal Cast Live. Crystal Cast Live. I like that a lot. I may steal that. Hobby Horse Max Wazen Senpai, Minion Ebi, who just made a Twitch account today in order to be here for the live streams. Arminus, Mind Chase, Gabik, King Sailor Moon Stuff, Hobby Horse, Seishin, Julie San, World Shaking, Green Luthor, Sailor Says. No, I'm not calling it Sailor Says. Hello, or Porter. I has Magic, who apparently has been sitting here for 3 hours waiting for this to start. Tiara Magic, love the name. Flower, Angel, Avon, Shazafi, and everybody else who is here. Smoon Peach, best name, Smoon Peach. Akira Kietsu. That shirt is gorgeous. This is one of the first Sailor Moon shirts that I got in, like, what I consider my starting to collect Sailor Moon shirts, like, as an adult. When I was younger, there were Sailor Moon shirts, like, there was stuff at Hot Topic when I was younger. I don't know if there was as much stuff as there was like today. But I didn't really, shirts wasn't a thing that I collected. I had one Sailor Moon shirt. I had one white Sailor Moon shirt with like the 5 Senshi, and it was like a little, almost like a little logo. It was like the Senshi, and then there was like a moon behind them or something. And that was it. It was nice, super simple. And that was, I don't even remember where I got it, but I had that shirt when I was younger, and that was the only Sailor Moon shirt that I had, and that was when I was like in middle school, high school, and I remember that I wanted to wear the shirt. I really wanted to wear the shirt, to say, hey, I like Sailor Moon, but at the time that I went to high school, thank you, Princess Isagi Serenity, it wasn't as accepted as it is now to be into anime and to be into video games and to be a nerd. It wasn't as accepted, and there was a lot of, like, I got teased for it, and it wasn't horrible, but it was like, there was like choice people who decided that they were going to pick on me because I was the shy, quiet, smart girl. I had like a couple friends. I wasn't popular, so they took it upon themselves to make fun of me. And anytime I would wear like a Sailor Moon shirt, I had a Pokemon shirt. I think it had Pikachu on it or something. Anytime I would wear anything that had anything to do with anime, they would make fun of me, and I don't even remember what they would say, but they would call me like, they would just call me a nerd and just be like, oh, Pikachu, and you like Pokemon. Nowadays, now I don't know how it is like in grade school. Like I don't know. I mean, most people are like playing Pokemon and stuff. I mean, I'm sure there's still people who don't understand it and still like make fun of people. I feel very sorry for those people, but I wasn't strong enough as a person. I wasn't confident enough in myself. I I let those people get to me. And so I didn't wear those shirts very often because I knew when I did, I would get teased and I would get picked on. And I'm just happy that my teenage self, even though I tried to hide I was obsessed with Sailor Moon and I was obsessed with anime. And even though I got teased for it and I tried to hide it while I was in public, while I was in school, I still stayed true to it. I didn't give up what I loved because other people didn't understand it. I tried to hide it. I tried to avoid that. I don't even know if you want to call it, I mean, it is bullying on a level, but I know that it could have been much worse. And, so even though I tried to hide it, I'm very proud that I stayed true to it. And now I obviously have all of you and you're watching and you love it too and you accept me and you understand me and accept my obsessions and my likes because you guys like it too. And it's the most amazing feeling, and I thank you all for for being here to support me, and it's amazing. And I wish I could go back 20 years and tell my I guess 15 years and tell my teenage self that you know that you're being strong and it's okay. And I guess I want to pass that along to all of you, since I can't go back and tell my teenage self that. I can tell anybody who's watching who is going through something like that, who is a teenager, who is in school, who might have some people who don't understand it. The best thing that I can say nowadays is like if I could give myself advice, is to say is to respect everybody else's opinion, and to say, is Sailor Moon, anime, video games, whatever it is, that's something you don't like, that's fine. You don't have to like it. I mean, it sounds so simple, but when you dismiss like those evil feelings that people are putting towards you, and you just say, you're entitled to your opinion. That's perfectly fine. Pikachu is stupid. You're allowed to think that. Yeah, okay. That's your opinion. That's not my opinion, but that's your opinion, and that's totally cool. You're allowed to have that opinion. So, I don't know how else to describe it. Of course, it's like it's a mentality that you have to get into. I don't know how the beginning of this Crystal Cast Live, which I really like the name of that. I don't know how this turned into like a lecture about bullying or whatever, or acceptance, but I think it's a good message. I think it's a good message. So, I hope that you guys, if you're going through something like that, you can kind of try to adopt that mentality of don't see it as an attack on you. See it as they are expressing their opinion at you. And you may not agree with that opinion, so obviously you got nothing in common with that person. And yeah, so don't take it personally. Don't take it personally. Welcome everybody who's coming in: Sailuranis, Rossi, Sandfist Mage, Shadow Lynx, Zphone, Zilwall, AK, Mr. Shady Fox, UJ is here. Oh my goodness, and Seishi.
This exotic peach just became ascended.
An ascended peach.
Struts in a tuxedo and the cape on this day, it must be fate. Throws his cape off tuxedo point attack. Points dramatically and looks so far down he is looking up.
You have become Tuxedo Seishi. Tuxedo Seishi is now an ascended peach. Let's get some love in chat for Seishi. Seishi, thank you so much for supporting this stream. I really appreciate it. You've been such a good friend, and just thank you. Thank you so much. And remember to PM me your address if you want a Peach Jam postcard. All right. So, you watch Crystal every week with me, Shazafi? That's awesome. That's so great. That's so great. Comic-Con. Yeah, you guys tell me what came out of the Comic-Con Sailor Moon panel? Or no, wait, was it Anime Expo or Comic-Con? There was I know there's Sailor Moon meetups. Yeah, there was Sailor Moon stuff at both. What I know we talked about it a little bit last week how they showed a little trailer for the dub of season 3. I actually watched a little bit of the Sailor Moon panel with like the English voice actors, and they had the cosplayers, and Tristan Citrine was hosting it from Anime Expo. But was there any new Sailor Moon information that came out of the Comic-Con? San Diego Comic-Con was last weekend. I don't think there was like new. I don't know if there was a Sailor Moon panel. I know there was a Sailor Moon like meetups. There's always Sailor Moon meetups at cons. Black Lady Figure Arts was on sale at San Diego Comic-Con. Oh wow. Wow. But yeah, I don't think there was a like new like an announcement at Comic-Con. I could be wrong. Let me know. Well, I didn't see anything. Let's put it this way. I didn't see anything on SailorMoonNews.com, and that's kind of what we're going to do today is go through and look at two of my favorite websites for Sailor Moon News, SailorMoonNews.com, and then SailorMoonCollectibles.com will give you news on merchandise that's coming out. So we're going to take a look at those sites today and look at some of the newest merchandise that's been announced, and as well as some of the newest news. There's not any, like I said, huge, gigantic like bombs like Sailor Moon Crystal Season 4, so we don't have that yet. We don't have that announced yet. But there's a couple things. Do you think the Starlights are forgotten? I don't know what you mean by that. Like merchandise or in general? I don't know what you mean by that, Minion. Fog. The Peachy-chan postcard causing destruction. Hello, Turquoise Dragon. Anytime you saw something Sailor Moon related at an anime con, you thought of me? Aw. Did you guys see the last mailbox video? Did you see, and I am absolutely horrible for forgetting the name at the moment of the person who sent them to me, but the cards, the autograph cards from, I forget which convention they were from, but there was like Luna and Artemis and Neptune and Sailor Moon and Grandpa. Did you guys, like, I couldn't believe that. Those were crazy. I could not believe that someone sent me those. Like, wow. Wow. Nothing on Twitter yet. Oh. Oh yeah, something about the ISMD next week. I don't know what that is. Crystal on Blu-ray not long after. Now that's Crystal. Yeah, I did see something about that. Crystal, Viz releasing Crystal Season 1 on Blu-ray soon. No announcement at the panel. Okay, so there was a Sailor Moon panel at Comic-Con, but no announcements or anything. Okay. Well, they do their big announcements at Anime Expo, which was like, what, a couple weeks before? So I could see there not being, like, big announcements. Yeah. That's something we're going to talk about is a more Eternal. The next musical, the Sailor Moon Super S, or Dream Arc, whatever you want to call it, musical is in September, I want to say, are the dates for that. And there's been some videos going up on the official Sailor Moon channel with little videos, little behind the scenes videos of the girls, and they all look so cute. I think let me show you guys the pictures of them here, because I think it's really funny. Here's some pictures of the new cast for the new musical. They didn't recast the outer Senshi, but they recast the inner. I know they recast the inner Senshi. And I was looking at them. I was watching the video. There's a little video of them like saying hi, and I think it's really funny. I'm assuming that Naoko Takeuchi has had a hand in picking them. It's a brand new cast for the Inner Senshi, and I think it's really, really funny that like Mars, Jupiter, and Mercury especially look like exactly the same as the other actresses that played them. Like, Naoko knows what the characters look like in real life. Like, these are what they look like in real life to her, because whoever picked these actresses, like, they look so similar to the other actresses. I thought it was very, very funny. Hi, Imagine Dex, how you doing? Everyone's talking about an official Sailor Moon Day. Whoever said that was official? I don't understand these. It's official Sailor Moon Day. Who decreed that? Like, who decreed that that was Sailor Moon Day? Every day is official Sailor Moon Day to me. Do I think there's going to be a Cosmos arc in Crystal? No. No. I think Crystal's going to be whatever is in the manga, I think is what's going to be in Crystal. Oh, Zilbal. So jealous. So jealous of your friend that went and watched the musical. That is on my bucket list. Not only, first of all, just to go to Japan is on my bucket list. If I can manage to go there at the same time that there's a Sailor Moon musical and go to the musical, just bonus. Super bonus. Super bonus. What's interesting is that the Amazonas Quartet is not there. Yeah, I guess it's just gonna focus on the trio, because there was kind of like, in most of the seasons, if not all of the seasons, there's like one group of like henchmen. You have like the head, or maybe there's like two kind of like leaders, and then you have like the henchmen. And sometimes they show up like throughout, sometimes they're all just there. In Dream, you kind of have two groups of henchmen, and like one shows up and does their thing, and then when they're gone, the second group comes up, shows up and does their thing. So I guess in this one, the henchman group is going to be the Amazon Trio, not the Amazonas Quartet. I actually hadn't really like recognized that, so that's a good observation. Because I'm assuming this is the full cast. I'm assuming that this is the full cast. Because we have the Senshi, and then we do have the picture of I guess those are going to be the bad guys, minus Helios. So there's gonna be Helios, of course, Nethelenia, Zirconia, and then the trio, which looks super cute. I mean, look at Fisheye. Holy crap, Fisheye looks so cute. Fisheye looks so cute. Hello, Isora. Ah, good question, T-Plea. When am I going to watch the other two musicals? They're better than La Reconquista. When I have time, I do want to watch them. I've kind of like want to watch them with my sister, but scheduling with her is not the easiest thing because she works full time. I stream full time. So scheduling is not the easiest thing, so I might just end up watching them without her, because I really want to watch the Yu-Gi-Oh movie with her whenever I get a chance to. So maybe I'll just kind of I'll try and watch them and keep up on them, and then like whenever I have time with her, we'll just kind of like binge whatever we haven't watched, or I'll watch it again because she loves the musicals too. So that is definitely on my list. Definitely on my list to do. You've seen petitions going around that make more figure arts. I think those petitions are cute. I mean, they're cranking out Sailor Moon merchandise like crazy. I mean, if they want to make Sailor Moon merchandise, they're gonna make it. If the villains, when they make Black Lady, like if she sells like hotcakes, then they're probably gonna make more villains. If she doesn't sell, they're probably not gonna make more villains. So that's my opinion on it anyway. Sora, you went and bought a bike. Oh, you saw, wow, Gaiden. That's the very first musical ever, isn't it? Gaiden Dark Kingdom Fukatsu Hen. You loved it? Wow. Now that's going back, man. That's going back like 20 years. Would you feel weird being recognized in Japan as Mahamamuni? I would be shocked and amazed if one person recognized me. I'm not that big, but I appreciate your love. I appreciate your love. I will, yes, do my best to make Peachy reacts to the other two musicals. I do realize that I was gonna make a reaction video to La Reconquista with my sister because I did watch La Reconquista with my sister, but she was like in the process of moving at the time and working full time, and she was really stressed, and she came over and it was like late at night. She got there late. She was super tired and super stressed, and I was like, you know what? The last thing I want to do is put her on camera when she's feeling really stressed, and we just want to chill and relive our childhood and watch a musical. So I did have the intention of making a reaction video with her to La Reconquista, but the situation, I just didn't feel right setting up a camera when she was feeling so exhausted. So, but the next time we do it, the next time she comes over to watch one, I'm gonna, say, all right, she's in a much more stable place now. So I'll say, you're gonna come over with the intention of just binge watching stuff and reacting to it, A Sailor Galaxia figure art would be amazing. What are you trying to link, crazy dude? You can go ahead and try if it's relevant. Explain Sailor Cosmo. No. Can't. No idea. What's up, Elgast? Yeah, they are already making stuff for the Dream Arc. Like I'm going to talk about. There's dun, 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 look at them, and there's also Amazon Trio little petite Kara figures coming out, and they're adorbs. I love, love, love the little princess small lady Serenity. Usually you get Chibi Moon stuff, especially like with Elios. You usually have Elios, Helios. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Usually have like Helios and Chibi Moon to see all this princess small lady Serenity coming out is just amazing. And where is I need this figure, you guys. Like, I need the Princess Serenity one. Oh, look at her without. Oh, you can take her. Oh, look at this. I didn't even know. I didn't even look at these pictures. I didn't know that came apart. Unless that's just for display purposes. Like, they're actually showing you the full figure. This seems to suggest that it comes apart. And, like, you could, like, just have a Helios statue. But, like, this is so gorgeous. The Princess Serenity one, like this, is really, really beautiful. But to me, for some reason, I still want it, because it's gorgeous. To me, when I first saw that Serenity figure, there was something slightly off about it. I don't know what. I don't know what I thought was off. Like, her pigtails were in a weird position. It wasn't like, I don't know. Trust me, I'm being extremely judgmental and extremely picky on the Serenity one. But to me, that looked like there was something slightly off about it. This one looks like perfect. I think the only thing I would improve on this is I would put a little bit more detail. Like, his wings look like they could have more feathers. They could have a little bit more detail. But other than that, I mean, they added the little crystals. Like, it's just for, like, how gorgeous. Oh, there's the Serenity one right there. You can see it. Something about her pigtails bugs me on the Serenity figure. But other than that, she's gorgeous. And this one just, I was like, oh my god, I need it. It's gorgeous. I love it. Like, I want it so bad. It's so pretty, and I hope that they continue. I don't know what, if they made another one of these, I have no idea what it would be of. You have like Princess Serenity and Small Lady Serenity. I don't know what the next progression from that is, but so beautiful. And the Figure Arts Zero, or the Figure Arts Zero Sailor Moon Crystal figures, like, those cannot come out fast enough. Like, I know Mercury is on Amazon right now. I know you can pre-order Mars and Jupiter, I think. I don't think there's a picture of Venus. I don't think she's even available for pre-order yet. Those cannot come out fast enough. Those are some of the most gorgeous figures I've ever seen. I have the Sailor Moon. Burger Tank gifted me the Sailor Moon, and it is so gorgeous. Like, wow. It's super gorgeous. I need them all. I need all of the Figuart Zero crystal figures. Although these aren't crystal. Because I know when this came out, people were like, oh my god, Dream Arc confirmed, because we have a Figuart Zero. People were calling it a Sailor Moon crystal figure. I think it was improperly labeled, because the very first picture of this was, I know I'm going off on weird tangents. This came out in the little, like, one of those trade shows that you always see these figures at first, like the prototypes of them. There was a little card and it said Sailor Moon Crystal, like the little logo on it was Sailor Moon Crystal, and people were saying, oh my gosh, that's confirmation of the Dream Arc. And this was before season 3 was over. And I was like, guys, this isn't a crystal figure. And people were trying to determine, how can we tell if this is crystal? Look at their eyes, guys. The eyes, like, I didn't understand. Like, there was, like, very, very reputable, like, members of the Sailor Moon community who are extremely knowledgeable saying, I don't know if this is crystal. Like, guys, look at her eyes. Those are obviously 90s anime eyes. That's how you tell, is you look at the eye style. How are their eyes drawn? Like, you look at the crystal figure, the eyes are drawn, are on the figure in crystal style. These are not crystal style. These are 90s anime style. So it's modeled after the 90s anime. I think it was the little logo that threw people off. But we know now that the Dream Arc is all but confirmed. So yeah, but those figures are so gorgeous. Do I have any merch that I'm looking forward to? Oh, thank you, MSM. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. And all the follows. Thank you guys so much. And especially those of you who have signed up for a Twitch account to come and chat with me. Basically, the crystal figures are the things that I'm looking the most forward to. I always look forward to Proplicas. I always look forward to, like, the new wands, the new, lockets, but those are a little more expensive, and those aren't things that, like, I collect as soon as they come out because they are more expensive. You know, I don't have the money to drop $100 every time a new Proplica comes out. I just don't. Some of you have been very, very generous in gifting some of them to me. But, I don't have the money to drop. Proplicas are expensive. Proplicas are very expensive, and I can't drop $100 every time one comes out. So, whereas these figures are generally less expensive than, like, a Proplica, and they're gorgeous, and you display them. They look awesome on my shelf. So, figures have really become, like, something that I'm really in love with. I never really used to collect figures. Well, I used to collect everything, pretty much, like, just everything. Like, when I discovered eBay when I was in high school. When I discovered eBay when I was in high school, like, that was it. It was over. Every cent of my disposable income went to buying Sailor Moon stuff on eBay. Like, that's where my money went. And I just collected such a hodgepodge of just, like, everything. I mean, I found little weird bootleg coloring books, and I was like, bye! Like, I collected everything. Nowadays, I'm a little bit more, like, centralized. Like, I love figures now. Figures existed, but it wasn't like now. Dolls were much more prevalent back in the 90s. They made tons of dolls, and I collected a lot of dolls. I was just into everything. Who's my favorite character in the Dream Arc? For characters exclusive to the Dream Arc, I mean, probably Elios. I'm gonna forever say his name different ways. I mean, probably him. There's no character that I'm like, I can't wait to see this character. It's my favorite character ever. I'm not overly crazy, like, with the villains. I like them all. Don't get me wrong, I like them all, but they're not, like, among my favorite of the entire series. Of the villains, I mean, probably I wouldn't, even though I don't think we're gonna see it too much in Crystal, I like the antics of, especially the trio. I like the antics of the trio. I think in the 90s anime, they were very funny. They were very, like, they had such dynamic and unique personalities, very strong personalities. I don't think we're going to see that in Crystal, unfortunately, because it's going to be a much more condensed story. But I guess I just hope they don't show up. You know, we get the Tiger's Eye episode and the Fish Eye episode, and that's it. Even though I think that might be what we get. But we'll see. We'll see. My favorite talisman? I don't know if I have a favorite talisman. I mean, I've always liked the time staff and the garnet orb. Nahalenia did have a good voice in the 90s anime. She did. Oh, man. You bought the Goddess Madoka figure? Jealous. God, that thing's like $200. Talk about an expensive figure. Are the petite Karas on eBay fake? Someone listed 6 for like $15. I want to buy some. If you find them for that low of a price, they are probably bootlegs. Something you can do if you, you know, really want to make sure that you get official merchandise is you could ask the seller for a picture of the actual item, like, or ask them if the picture that they have in the listing is a picture of the physical item that they have, because a lot of people use like stock photos, and the stock photo might be an official figure and, you know, official product, and you can tell by the little sticker. So ask them if the picture in the eBay listing is an actual picture of the physical item that you are going to receive, and if it's boxed, to look for that. If they're that cheap, yeah, the petite caras, no matter, even though they're super tiny, they're not. They go for a little bit more than that, unless it says like they're used or something like that. You really do have to be careful because, you know, there are a lot of excuse me, there are a lot of bootleg items out there. I don't even know if there are bootlegs of the petite cars, to be honest with you. So if someone more knowledgeable, you know, knows if there actually are bootlegs of the petite cars, if there aren't, then I guess they are real and someone's just selling them for really cheap. But you do have to be careful of that. The figuarts, the posable, not the zero, but the posable figuarts figures, those you have to be especially careful because there are bootlegs aplenty of those. Basically, if you see one for like under $20, it's probably a bootleg. Because they hover around 30, 35, sometimes $40. The price is always changing. Like I always watch the price on Amazon. If you want a legit figuarts figure, you're gonna pay probably an average of $35 for one of those a piece. What do you think of the Tamashii Buddy figures? I think they're cute. I've never seen one in person, so I can't speak to as if they're cheap or not. I don't know the quality of them. I've never seen one. I've never held one. But I think they're cute. I understand that they got their little backgrounds and you're supposed to kind of like put them together. They're fine for people who like that kind of thing. They don't really interest me just because I would rather have a Figuarts or Figuarts Zero. Even the little petite Kara figures are gorgeous. I don't know. Tamashii Buddies don't really. I've never had an interest in collecting them. Again, you gotta have to pick and choose because there's so much out there that you really have to be picky nowadays unless you're just rich and you can buy everything and you have room for all this stuff. Hi, PokeFen. Minako's act in Crystal Season 4. Ooh. Oh yeah, don't you guys have told me the inner Senshi each get their own episodes again in Dream Arc? Aw, I'm so happy Armin is. Favorite Senshi princess dress? Oh boy, I would have to go look at them. I don't know. I really don't know. I think they're all pretty. I've never like just had a favorite. Oh, did you get a bootleg Perseus? Now, if someone is selling, like I said, if it's cheap, if you bought a Figuarts for $15, it was a bootleg from the beginning. you should be aware that if you buy a figure arts for $10 or $15, it's a bootleg. If you paid $35, $40 for it, the picture had the little sticker, and then you got a bootleg item, then you need to contact the seller and send it back for a refund, because that's unacceptable. Would you like it if Toy did a live-action Sailor Moon Crystal movie? It's more Sailor Moon. I mean, I liked what's it called? I liked Pretty Guardian up to a point, so I wouldn't be opposed to that. Hmm. What do you think of the girls' memory figures? I don't have any of those, but I've heard they're absolutely gorgeous in person. I think while they are gorgeous, I think they look a tiny bit plain. Like the colors look very flat to me, at least in pictures. Like I said, I don't have any in person. I heard they are very beautiful. I just think for what they are, I think they're a little expensive. I think they're a little overpriced for what they are. That's just my opinion by looking at pictures of them. Like I said, I don't own any, but I don't own any or have even requested any or have a hope of owning any just for that reason. Collecting them all would be kind of expensive. And I would, again, for me, it's priority. Would I rather have opposable figure arts, or would I rather have a girl's memory figure? So for me, it's very much a what's my priority personally, like what would I rather have, and I would rather have the figure arts than the girls' memory figures, but I think they are very pretty. Hi, Mercury. I did hear about the new Black Lady figure coming out. Did you guys hear about the new Mistress 9 pull-up doll coming out? 'Cause that's a thing. Does anybody here actually own a pull-up doll? Because I know they're very expensive. They're not cheap dolls. This isn't like a, $20 or $30 doll. This is like a $200 doll, like each one. And there's like, I don't know, 20 of them now. So if you own all the pull-up dolls, like, good for you. You've got more money than I. These are something, the pull-up dolls are something that I started out thinking they were just the freakiest thing I'd ever seen. But with each one I see, I think they're cuter than the last. I think, I look at these now and think they're cute. I don't want to own one. I don't want a $200 doll, but I think they're beautiful. I think it's really cool that they are releasing, I mean, there's a Sailor Luna one, there's a Queen Serenity one, like, it's crazy how the variety of characters that they're making these pull-up dolls in. There was a Black Lady one, I'm pretty sure, and so now there's a Mistress 9 one, and I think that's cool. For people who like these dolls, people must be buying them. If people weren't buying them, then they wouldn't keep making them. And there's, like I said, there's like, I don't know, 20 of them now. So, people must be buying them. So, good for you guys. I rarely see a picture of someone that says, like, look, I got my pull-up doll. It's like, I don't know who's buying these, but it's cool. I like that they're making them again. I like that. I like that the different characters exist. Because like, how much Mistress 9 merchandise is there? I mean, oh my gosh, Cantaloupe. I haven't thought about that in a long time. Are my reactions still being translated into Japanese? I have no idea. Yeah, when I started doing my crystal reactions, and Eskimo Princess just linked me to a fan art of all of the princess dresses. Whoop, and the chat is totally over that. That's okay. But yeah, I don't know. The outer senshis are all very similar. I mean, probably like Jupiter. Jupiter is probably the prettiest. But I like them all, and I really hope we see those in crystal. She looks beautifully evil. No, I don't have any desire to collect the pull-up dolls. Oh man, Zilbal. Yeah, being young and like probably the saddest thing I ever did to one of my Sailor Moon toys, because I've always, even when I was younger, like before I even started watching Sailor Moon, and I started at 13, even when I was younger, like I never really, like I always treated things like collectibles. I don't know why. It's just how I am. Like to me, toys were toys, but you also had to keep them nice. And you like I've always had a collector's mentality. Like my Barbie dolls, like there were a couple Barbie dolls that I got that I never even took out of the box because they were like super pretty, and I was like, oh, but if I take her out, it's gonna be like ruined. And even the box is so pretty. I think I had like a special edition, like a Jasmine, like a super fancy Jasmine doll that I never even took out of the box. I don't have it. I don't think I have it even still today. But like I would always keep like the, machine styled hair. I would keep everything very nice. So when I started collecting Sailor Moon stuff, I would really I kept everything very nice, and I kept the boxes, and sometimes I didn't keep. I think the worst thing I did was I got three Japanese. I got the three Outer Senshi dolls, 12-inch like Barbie doll sized dolls of the Outer Senshi. You got Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto, and they were the Japanese version of these dolls from the 90s. And I took them out like I did, like 99% of my stuff I do open. I open it, I look at it, I touch it. A lot of times I put it right back in the box and it never comes back out, but I do open it and I touch it. I'm not a person who collects something and then never takes it out of the box, usually for most of my stuff. But I took the dolls out of the box and I took out all their little accessories and everything and kind of, played with them. And then the insert, like when you take out the insert, like there's like a sheet of cardboard that's usually like colored or something, that the doll is like strapped to. I threw that out for some reason of all three dolls. I don't know why I did it. I kept the box, but I threw out that insert. I don't know why. Excuse me. But that's probably like the worst thing I did. But like everything else, like you can see, I mean, I got those, I got my wands and stuff, like, so among my very first Sailor Moon toys I ever had when I was 13, was some of those wands, and I still have all the inserts and the boxes, and considering how long they've been around and how much I've shuffled them around and took them out and played with them, they're in decent condition, surprisingly. So, but yeah, that's how I've always been. I've always had this collector mentality. I have not watched Precure, no. There's a new Usagi statue coming out. Do you mean that one of her sitting? I saw a prototype of an Usagi figure that was like from like inspired by all those cafes that they've been having in Japan, and she's like sitting like in a martini glass or something, like a really cute pose. Was that official? I saw someone tweet that. And I didn't like. There was no information with it. There was no like link to an official site or anything. It was just that picture, but it looked like how the figure arts figures and everything, it looked exactly the same as when you see the prototypes of those. It looked the same. So I don't know if that's an official product or not, because there's some fan-made products that are like amazing. Like there's fan-made statues that you would think are like should be official merchandise. Like I want them to be mass produced so I could buy one for $30 because they're so pretty. But yeah, I thought that was very pretty. That prototype was very pretty. So I hope that is a real product. No news on season 4 yet. No, we're probably not going to hear anything until at least like the end of this year, maybe early next year. I'm guessing it's going to be like next spring, maybe. I know that seems like a long time to wait, but I'm happy for the break, to be honest. I have so much self-control with those wands. Well, I've had them for 20 years. So, trust me, they've been played with a lot. Well, I may still be a young woman, but I started collecting Sailor Moon stuff when I was 13, which was like almost 20 years ago. Oh, tell your little sister hi, Pokefan. Let's see what else there is coming out here. We've got Black Lady earrings, in case that's a thing that you're into. So much jewelry. You gotta notice there's so much jewelry. There's so many like makeup stuff. The only bad thing about all the makeup is that like that's not something that I want to collect because that kind of stuff goes bad. That's like I want a toy and I want it to be solid and I want it to last. Like they used to sell stuff that was like nail polish. Like I used to have some products from the 90s that had like nail polish, but by the 20 years later, the nail polish is all dried up and cracking and gross and that's so I don't collect any of the like anything that has a liquid or even like a powder, even though I know that really wouldn't go bad that quickly, but like stuff like that I'm like I don't want to deal with like substances. I want like give me plastic. Give me hard plastic. Hi Moonlight Fox, take care Zobal. There's a Sailor Moon Crystal Nico Nico live talk show in September. Oh, okay. That's possible. Something could be announced there. Yeah. I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, something definitely could be announced there. I wouldn't... We've thought that before. I wouldn't like say, oh my god, they're going to announce DreamArc, because you might be disappointed, because in the past they've had those things and people are like, they're gonna announce something, and then they just say, there's gonna be a new CD or a new or another event. There's gonna be another Sailor Moon Cafe or something. Take care to everybody who's heading out. What's up, Pinky Boys? Yeah, when did we get the announcement for season 3? It wasn't that long before it actually came out. It wasn't like the announcement of a new Sailor Moon anime and then 2 years later we actually see it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm enjoying all the merchandise news. I'm honestly enjoying all the merch news. I saw these for the first time this morning. I hadn't seen these a little bit. This Q Posket thing, these figures, they would have to grow on me. They would have to grow on me just like the pull-up dolls. I think these are a little freaky looking. They're cute. I love the animated pose on Neptune and Uranus. I like how like Neptune's hair is kind of swept to the side. Like that's pretty unique for a Neptune figure, I have to say. Usually her hair is just kind of almost even on both sides. It's kind of down. Like her hair being swept to the side like that is really cool. I really like that. And that's a pose that you don't usually see Neptune in. So I like that. It's just the eyes are a little freaky to me. Yeah, I only saw this morning on Sailor Moon Collectibles. Have I ever dressed as Sailor Moon? Yes, I cosplayed as Super Sailor Moon. You got your best friends into Sailor Moon and they're obsessed? Yes. Mission accomplished. Season 3 was announced in September and the first artwork and staff list was released in January. Okay. Well, there we go. Okay, so we might get something in a couple months. I think that would be, maybe like a prototype artwork or just an announcement or something. I do have Pokemon Go. What else we got? I just opened up some of the most recent. Oh, here's the Tamashii Buddies figures that UJ asked about, Saturn and Pluto. See, these figures, they are pretty. I mean, they are pretty figures, but they're all in the exact same position. they're kind of meant like how you can see here, like you can kind of like their bases, you can kind of put them together however you want. So they're like very displayable. Like they're meant to be like put together. You can put them together side by side on top of each other. I think that's pretty unique. And they look like high quality figures. They look like high quality figures. There we go. There's all four of the outers. So I know they have Moon in the inner senshi. Do they have Chibi Moon for this? For the Tamashii buddies? I love Neptune. I love Neptune's like little open mouth smile. She's like, I'm so happy. You should if you want to cosplay Sailor Moon. Absolutely, do it. If you don't know how to sew, I mean, it's a wonderful skill to learn. Making your own costume is very, very rewarding. But you know, if you can't, or you don't have the time, or you just want to go and have fun and not worry about, you know, making your own costume, there are Sailor Moon costumes out there. I know that there's official ones and unofficial ones that you can just buy. If Precious Moments made a Sailor Moon figure. I gotta say, I love all the figures that are coming out. I love them. Pokefen asking about everything but Sailor Moon. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is my second favorite anime. Yes, so Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. And there's like 5 or 6 different Yu-Gi-Ohs now. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters is my second favorite anime. No Chibi Moon Tamashii buddies yet. It's rumored she will be released with Tuxedo Common next. Oh, and there's no Tuxedo Common either. Okay, that would definitely make sense. That would make sense. The first season of Crystal. Now, was that the Viz release, Princess? The Viz release of Sailor Moon Crystal? I haven't bought any of those because I know that they would just sit on my shelf right now, which is what everything else does, so it's fair. But for DVDs and Blu-rays, I'm more inclined to wait until there's like one massive box set of the whole series and then just like drop all my cash on that, because it's not like I'm waiting until they come out and then I'm gonna watch it as soon as I get it, you know? Like, I would get it and then I would just put it in a drawer somewhere, you know? And plus, when they usually do, like when they're done with the series, like even if it's like a year later, they come out with like a giant box set of the whole thing. Usually it's cheaper. There's a new box with new artwork, and it usually comes in some kind of like other box. So I'm more inclined to wait for that like ultimate set. Plus, at that point, I don't know why there's been so many like problems with the Viz DVDs. Like, I've heard of like weird, like I don't know, there was like all this thing about there being like weird interlacing, and like one of them, like just one of the DVDs was like just corrupted and you could like send it in for a replacement. Like, I want to wait until all those problems are out of the way. I don't got to deal with any of that crap. I don't have to like sit there and watch it to see if I got a bad one. Like, I just want the whole series complete. Everybody says, all right, it's cool, and we're good, you know? And then when I have kids someday, they can watch it and they'll have the whole set. But yeah, that's you know, I don't blame anybody for buying them as they come out. I think that's awesome. That's your way to support them continuing to sub and dub the anime and to release these box sets. I mean, look how gorgeous that is. That's what, the entire first season. Look how beautiful that is. That is gorgeous. And yeah, all the artwork. Look, it comes with a little art book. Can I click this? Can I make this bigger? Make it bigger! Make it bigger! Make her grow! No. But yeah, it comes with all that artwork and art book. That's so cool. That's so cool. It's so pretty. Yeah. Plus, I don't even have I have a Blu-ray player, but it's on my PC. Like, I don't have, like, a DVD Blu-ray player for, like, my TV. So, I don't know. It's definitely a beautiful collector's item. I love how it looks like a book, too. Like, the outside case looks like a book. That's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. Sailor Jibby Peachy. My favorite Sailor Moon character is Sailor Uranus. Especially together with Neptune. Neptune and Uranus are like my favorite. As a couple is my favorite character. Their relationship is my favorite character. Do I have a Crisis Proplica? Do you mean the Chalice? There's no Crisis Proplica yet. I don't know what you mean by a Crisis Proplica. I have the, Christiana sent me the, Chalice. I did, well, I guess it was an unboxing within a mailbox video. I didn't do like a separate unboxing for the Chalice, but yeah, this was really special to get because the Chalice is always something that I had always wanted, but to try and get a 90s version of this, I don't know if the price dropped since the Proplica came out on the original 90s one, but the 90s version used to go for like, I mean, you were lucky if you found it for under $600. Like, it was insanely rare. So when the Proplica came out, that was like, I was so excited because it was a holy chalice that didn't cost $500. It's pretty, but where am I going to get the money to buy it? Exactly, Flower. Exactly, right? Right? Yep. Pretty much. Ah, okay, see, that's totally different, Princess. You collect DVDs like I collect figures. There you go. Then yeah, absolutely. Bam, there you go. Yeah, again, it's the picking and choosing what I collect thing. Like again, for me, it's priority. Like I would rather have a figure than a DVD. Back in the day, it was different. Back in the day, I really desperately tried to collect everything on DVD, but then everything wasn't as easily available digitally either. So that's another big thing. You know, if Crystal, I mean, Crystal's out there digitally for free. You know. So even though the sets are beautiful, it's a collector's item. It's a collector's item like anything else. Hey Max. Are Chibiusa and Hotaru a couple? No. No, they're just friends. Neptune by herself, Ava, has never been my favorite character. Her together with Uranus, and like they as a couple, their relationship, her love for Uranus is like, that's the thing that I love the most in Sailor Moon. It's beautiful. Oh, wow. HP, you got the 90s version of the Chalice over a year ago for less than $300, but now you can't sell it because nobody has any interest in the old toys after the Proplicas come out. Wow. Very interesting. I used to be so into, you know, when I had disposable income and I was a huge collector of again, everything, and I scoured eBay like literally every single day. I was so into, like, I knew all the prices for stuff, and I knew what the going market rate was, and whether it was new or whether it was used, and like I knew all that stuff. But I haven't done that in years and years and years. Well, because there was a point where I moved and I was living on my own, and I had to support myself, and you know, now it's like I don't have the disposable income anymore. You know, to do that. So while I still do look at Sailor Moon stuff, you know, I don't have that knowledge that I used to. I used to be so into that. And the other thing is, there was a point where actually, as soon as I got into Sailor Moon and started doing all that scouring for eBay, there wasn't new merchandise. It was it was all old merchandise. You know, after the series ended, they stopped making merchandise. Now when the was it the 10th anniversary? Was the Sailor Moon World stuff? Um, when the Sailor there was a time where they did the Sailor Moon World, and it was kind of like a little bit of a revival, and they made like a new CD, and they put out all these new dolls and figures, and not figures, the dolls. They made a whole like 5 sets of the little Gashapon figures. Like there was like a period of nothingness. It was all just collecting old merchandise, and then boom, Sailor Moon World, and there was all this new merchandise, kind of like there is now. But that was very short-lived. It was like in 1 or 2 years, they just put out tons of new Sailor Moon merchandise. I collected a ton of it. I have all the little Sailor Moon World. There's little Sailor Moon World 6-inch dolls. I would buy those like the second they came out. And oh my God, I don't even know. I have no idea what those would be worth nowadays, but I have the entire set of the little 6-inch Sailor Moon World dolls because I bought them the second they came out. And then there was another period of like nothing. Just nothing came out. Like they were still doing the musicals, and so there was musical merchandise, and then Pretty Guardian came out, so there was Pretty Guardian merchandise, but there wasn't this crazy like what there is now. The Sailor Moon merchandise now is just insane. Like I cannot believe it. Like because of Crystal, they're making new 90s anime merchandise. Like all this stuff that's coming out is like most of it is from the 90s anime. It's a 90s anime style that's the 90s anime inspired. And that's just amazing to me because it's like when I started watching the 90s anime, there was no new 90s anime merchandise. And then there was an explosion, and then there was nothing. And then there was like musical and Pretty Guardian, and then there was nothing. And now it's like for 2 or 3 years, there's been this explosion. You can't keep up with the Sailor Moon merchandise, and it just blows my mind. Like, I cannot believe there is so much of it. The old chalice is on eBay for $200. How times have changed. How times have changed. My goodness. Oh my gosh. If they had the posable figure arts when I was a teenager, that would have been insane. Oh my God, I would have had so much fun with those. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I have a favorite Sailor Moon song. I think all the theme songs are my favorite. I had New Moon, for as much crap as I give New Moon, the season 3 intro, I had that song in my head all day yesterday. All day yesterday, I had that song in my head. I could not stop humming it. I could not stop singing it. Oh my gosh. Will I ever go to Japan? I sure hope so. I sure hope so. I want to. Am I planning on going to the Silver Millennium Masquerade Ball next year? No. No, I'm not. It's too expensive for me. The Sailor Moon World Gashapon figures go for $25 to $50 a piece, depending on which one. Oh my God. There was like, what, 4 or 5 sets of those? I have every single one, except the first set I couldn't find. I started collecting them too late. The very first set I have is bootleg because I couldn't find the original. But the rest of them I have are official. Is my husband as into Sailor Moon as I am? No. I showed him the first season. The first like season and a half. In Japanese 90s anime he watched with me. I showed him that. You know, he knows about it. He's seen it. He appreciates it, but he doesn't like watch it. No. What power would Sailor Peachy have? She would have the power of parties and happiness. What's her attack? Peachy love and party shock? Oh, I knew you would be collecting the Tamashii buddies, UJ. Yeah, Nasi. See, now there's always been not a lot of Sailor Moon merchandise. Like 99% of the Sailor Moon merchandise I have, I ordered online. Like Hot Topic is really like the only place that has Sailor Moon merchandise, and they had some back in the day, and they have some now. There's because there's this resurgence. But other than that, there's really nowhere. Like I think some people said there's like at some Barnes and Nobles and some bookstores they have a couple things, but it's not like I can go into a toy store and find Sailor Moon stuff. You know, it's like very select retailers have some Sailor Moon stuff, and the rest of it I just buy online. I order a lot of stuff from Japan. Oh, thank you, Pokefen. Any chance you'd ever convince Mr. P to do Tuxedo Mask cosplay along with your Sailor Moon cosplay? Oh my god. That just makes me laugh. I don't even know. I don't even know, girl. I don't even know. I converted. I'm on the new moon side now. I didn't say it was like suddenly my favorite theme song. I just said that it's I got it stuck in my head. And the more I hear it, the more I like it. And it's mostly thanks to that English version that I shared in I don't even remember. Was it actually a reaction video, or was it like a crystal cast? It must have been a reaction video that I shared, the English version. I'm all off center of the of New Moon. That it's really that English version that got me to love it, because I listened to that so many times. Peachy-chan does have this power to shank people. Peachy Party Cannon is her second attack. Ah. Wow, UJ, that's very surprising to hear coming from you. You prefer the Tamashi buddies over the Funko Pops. Wow. Well, as you guys saw in the mailbox video, Psychiandra sent me the entire set of Sailor Moon Funko Pops. I was shocked. And they are much cuter in person, I have to say. When I first saw them, and everybody was tweeting this at me like insane. Funko Pops, Funko Pops. I mean, I had never know I didn't know what a Funko Pop was. I had never heard of one until everybody started telling me about the Sailor Moon ones, and I thought they were ugly. I was like, I don't get the appeal of these. Like, they're not cute. But seeing them in person, they're still not my favorite, but they are much cuter in person, I have to say. And they're much smaller than I thought. They're only like that big. And the boxes are super cute too. So they are cute. And I am, heck, I might go to the store today and get some white shelves, because I am just dying to get those white shelves behind me so that I can display more than one row of merchandise, because I'm just putting stuff in my drawers now because I literally don't have room for anything anymore behind me. So that is my goal. Maybe I'll go Pokemon hunting and then stop at the store on the way back and get some shelves. Should use the Peachy Moonrod. Peachy power. Make up. All right, let's take a look at a couple more of these things here, because I do have to wrap this up. The Sailor Moon Crystal Kanzashi wa Wargo hairpins. So I don't know what any of that means, but they make a lot of Sailor Moon jewelry now, simply because you have older Sailor Moon fans who are who are watching and fans of the show. And I'm not someone who I love hair sticks and hairpins. I don't use them whenever I do have them. So it's not something that I would want to get. Like if I wore hair sticks all the time, then I would. But these are super cute. And then I guess this is just some kind of like clip or something, I'm guessing, that you put in to either just decorate your ponytail or to like keep a bun up or something that look like the tiaras. These are super cute. So I thought those were worth showing off. And then this was announced a while ago, but of course, again, if you like the pull-up dolls, look at the little hearts in her eyes. The Super Sailor Moon pull-up doll. Man, when we start getting the Eternal Sailor Moon stuff, you know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. You know that they're going to do Dream and Stars. Crystal, like they have. They can't stop after Dream. That would be silly. They have to do Stars, and I'm so excited for Stars because it's my second favorite season, and it's the season that you see the least of. Like, anytime they start doing Sailor Moon anything, like, they always start with Dark Kingdom, and you just hope. You just hope. You gotta see how far they get, and you pray basically that they get past, you hope that they get past the first season, and then if they get to the second season, you pray they get past the second season, and if they do, they usually do the rest. But it's hard to get past the first and second season whenever they do a Sailor Moon anything. So starting to see Infinity and Dream arc anything, especially the merchandise, like, really, really just, I can't wait until we get to the point where they're starting to release Star stuff. And they have already. There already has been, the Petite Caras, there's been the Starlights and Chibi Chibi, which is super rare to see Chibi Chibi merchandise. And I think there was Eternal Sailor Moon in with that. But when they start releasing like Eternal Sailor Moon and Starlights and Chibi Chibi, possibly Sailor Cosmos stuff, like that's going to be... Oh, that's what I'm waiting for, man. That is what I'm waiting for. That's going to be, like, just freak out. Freak out, man. Oh, Princess, that would have been awesome. What's the best thing in Sailor Moon for you? For me, it's that anime can unite people from all over the world, and now there are viewers from Canada, France, USA, UK, and Russia. Well, there's viewers from every single country. Like, the best thing about Sailor Moon in general, it basically, Sailor Moon has, like, made me the person I am today. I would not be the person I am today without Sailor Moon. It consumed so much of my life growing up, especially in my teenage years when you are really like finding out who you are, and finding out which direction, your life is going to go. And it was at that point that I was absolutely obsessed with Sailor Moon. So Sailor Moon was like instrumental in like my development. And my love for it, and it helped me discover talents that I had, interests that I had. I mean, interests in video editing and content creation, and all of that led me to where I am today and what I'm doing today. So, I don't know if I know I wouldn't be in the exact same place. I don't know if I still would have been into video editing and content creation if it wasn't for Sailor Moon. I might still have been, but Sailor Moon really, I was so into it that I just needed that. I needed, to create, and I needed to share. And so for me, that's been the biggest impact on me, is Sailor Moon, like, quite literally helped guide my life to where I am today. Stars hype! I heard a rumor that the SH Figure Arts line is going to make fewer Sailor Moon figures. I'm not sure where that came from, but I'm hoping for an Eternal Sailor Moon Figure Arts. I haven't heard anything about that at all. Hey, if you guys want to see more Figure Arts, you gotta buy them. That's all there is to it. If you want to see more of a certain line of merchandise, you have to purchase it and make it available. If they make something and it doesn't sell, they're not going to make more of it. If they make something and it sells like hotcakes, then they're going to make more of it. It's all about making money. So, vote with your money. They colored Uranus's bow wrong in the OST2 artwork. Holy crap, they did. Wow, that's a rare mistake. Holy cow, you're absolutely right. I didn't even notice that. You are absolutely right. Her back bow was the wrong color. Wow. Good catch. Good catch. But yeah, this is the official soundtrack. I was so close to buying the CDs, you guys. I was so close to buying the CDs, but it's pretty much the exact same. I have the same mentality about CDs now as I do about DVDs. Like, I would rather collect something else just because I wouldn't ever listen to a CD. Now, I have most of the CDs that were released in the 90s for Sailor Moon. Just at the time, I decided that I was going to collect CDs for whatever reason. And again, music was less readily available. It was much harder to find than it is today. Like today you have like sailormusic.net, which you can get like any Sailor Moon song. There wasn't that back in the day. So, to hear certain Sailor Moon songs, you had to get the CD. So I collected all that back in the day. I was really, really tempted to buy the three theme song CDs from season 3, and then of course there's the soundtrack, and I think there's like a character album coming out or something. But that's it. I can't just buy one. Like, if I get something, I feel like I have to get an entire set. So if I bought one CD, I feel like I would have to like eventually collect all of them from Crystal, which is a lot now, and that's a lot of money that I would rather have like more figures or more proplicas. So I have been like this close like 5 times to purchasing some of the Sailor Moon Crystal CDs, but because of those reasons, I have held off. Oh yeah, there's places to easily go, and I mean, I hate to say it, but you can just go to YouTube and search for any song you want to hear. But that's true. If you want to support it, but you don't want to buy a $30 CD every time, you can go and get them on on iTunes. Aw, thank you, Mercury. Thank you for saying that. That's very nice of you. I really, really appreciate it. Oh yeah, that's right. The Starlights are available as pull-up dolls as well. That's right. Forgot about that. Hello, Jay Foxfire, and everybody else who I didn't say hi to. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to wrap up pretty soon here. I want to get through a couple more things. We have this pull-up doll. I'll end with this. But real quick here, Sailor Moon news. There was something about Canadians can now stream all 200 episodes of the original Sailor Moon on anime on Tubi TV. I don't know anything about the site or about whatever, but again, Sailor Moon News is a very reputable site, and I see a lot of complaints about Sailor Moon and Sailor Moon Crystal not being available in Canada. Well, Crunchyroll is available in Canada, which has Sailor Moon Crystal, but the original Sailor Moon, which has been released on Hulu, Hulu is not available in Canada. So if you are in Canada, apparently there is this Tubi TV that you can see all 200 original Sailor Moon episodes subtitled. They don't have the Viz dubbed version, but all 200 episodes subtitled are apparently on there, available in Canada. People ask me all the time, they're like, why not Canada? Why not Canada? I'm like, I don't know. I don't make these business decisions. Trust me, it's not because they hate Canada. There's someone out there who's all like, they hate Canada. I'm like, dude, calm down. Calm down. They don't hate Canada. There's some business deal or some business decision, some business reason that they can't bring it to Canada. But apparently you can watch it on Tubi TV now. So if you didn't know about that, that is a thing, and you can go to, again, SailorMoonNews.com and find out links and more information on that. All right, so the last thing is something that I got shared with me 3 times a day for 2 weeks after this came out, so I just wanted to officially say, yes, I've seen it. I know. There was a Russian figure skater. I'm not even going to try and pronounce her name. I'm going to call her Evie. And she apparently is one of the top figure skaters in the world right now. and is a huge Sailor Moon fan and did a Sailor Moon skating routine that you can see on YouTube if you go to the link. And the craziest thing is that apparently Naoko is a fan of hers, or I guess she's a fan of figure skating in general, and found out she was a Sailor Moon fan and was going to be doing a Sailor Moon routine, and actually gave her a signed, framed, like met her, which is huge. Like Naoko does not go out and meet people. She actually went and met her and gave her a signed. I don't know if this is a custom. I'm assuming this is like a custom picture that she drew for her. I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah, so she met Naoko and gave her a signed picture, original drawing. Like that just, I was just like, oh my God, like that is the ultimate dream right there. Oh my God. So, yeah. So that is a thing. Again, go to the site and there's a link to the YouTube video where you guys can watch her her routine. There's a video that has just like clips from it, and then there is a video somewhere of her full routine. I don't know which one this is, but yeah, there is a place you can go to watch her full routine. Hi, Saphira. The dream, hobby
Exotic
horse, the
Peach,
dream.
level up.
Level up. Thank you, Saphira. Thank you so much for being an Exotic Peach for 6 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Mute. Hulu lets you watch all the classic episodes in the US. Apparently, Tubi TV works on a bid system with advertisers, so there must not have been any money-making bids for programming like Sailor Moon until recently. It's odd, though, since Tubi TV is based on the US and not Canada. Really? I don't know. I don't know. That's, yeah. Well, it's free for you to watch. I mean, even Hulu has ads. Like, you have to, it's free, but you do have to watch ads. Which doesn't cost you anything but some time. So, if Tubi's TV is the same thing, at least I'm just glad there's an option. PokeFan, I don't know what you want me to say. Yes. But I'm just glad that there's an option now. I'm glad there's an option now for fans in Canada. And of course, I mean, remember that I know you guys can't watch the dub, and the dub is made available on Hulu. I feel bad for saying that, PokeFan. Of course you can. I get it's a pet peeve when people ask the same thing over and over and over and over in chat, unless it's like a legit question that I haven't had a chance to get to yet, so I apologize. Of course you can have a hug, of course. And time is everything. It's true. It's true. But yeah, I'm glad that there's an option for them. Spec! Hello. That's what it is. The Sailor Moon figure in the cocktail glass. It's official merchandise and will be available in 2017. Awesome. It looked super cute. I can't wait to see it colored. That's what, like, I want cute figures like that. I want them to go, like, outside the box. Like, we have figures of Sailor Moon in her pose, and Mars with her fire, and, you know, Venus in a cute pose. We have those all day long. Like, take your pick. What we don't have is Usagi in a freaking cocktail glass in a little cocktail dress. Like, that's awesome. And like the queen, like the Princess Serenity figure, and the chibi, the small lady Serenity with Pegasus coming out. Like, that is so beautiful. And those kind of like different, like thinking outside the box a little bit figures are the stuff that like it gets me excited to see them, you know. So I hope there's more stuff like that that's going to come out, because I like that kind of stuff. You know, like I said, you know, thinking outside the box. What's up, Cookie? Did I say hi to you yet? Hello. It's getting super hot in here. I do have to go. Was there something? I don't think there's any other like news or merchandise. I tried to do this a little bit more like a Crystal Cast, actually show you guys some merchandise, you know, talk about some news. Again, you guys can go yourselves to SailorMoonNews.com or SailorMoonCollectibles.com. Those are the two big sites that I use to learn new Sailor Moon news. SailorMoonNews.com also has a lot of, they have like updates on if any of the voice actors or staff from Sailor Moon are going to be at conventions. They report a lot on like conventions, like, you know, go here to meet these voice actors. So you can check those that site out for news on that. And then Sailor Moon Collectibles is a wonderful one for reporting on official merchandise, how much it's going to be, where it's going to be available, when it's coming out. Any information that we have, all the little details, all in English, of course, about Sailor Moon merchandise. So they don't really report when it's like actually out, like, but when it's been announced and when all the information and pictures have been announced, then they'll put it on the site. So those are the big two sites that I recommend. If you guys have any questions, if you're watching this on YouTube and you can't watch live for whatever reason, you're working or in school at the time, or it's you know, maybe the middle of the night or super early in the morning for you, and you're watching this on YouTube, if you have any questions that you want to ask, please feel free to leave them in the comments on YouTube, and I will save them for the next Sailor Moon chat, and I will answer them on stream from the YouTube comments. I want to do that. I want to do that next week, and of course, I'll also answer questions here in the live chat. So let's see. Last bunch of questions here before I wrap up, guys. Do I own the Black Lady figure arts? No, I do not. Princess, really? I converted you from dubs to subs. You didn't used to watch subs. Now you can't watch the dubs. The voices just aren't the same. Oh, wow. Very cool. Very cool. Sora's watching me while biking. You better be catching Pokemon too. I did that yesterday. I went out and caught some Pokemon. I went out on my bike. I'll talk more about more details about that on my stream tomorrow. Oh my god. The Inner Senshi and the Shiteno together figures? Oh my goodness. Yes, please. Yes, please. I didn't really start shipping them until Sailor Moon Crystal, and now I totally ship the Inner Senshi and the Shiteno. Completely. Like, Crystal, I mean, just the tiniest little hint of, you know, making those pairings official, even though we never even saw them together, totally made me ship them. Yes, please. And there is some fantastic fan art out there of the Senshi and the Shiteno. Did I change? Cookie noticed I did dye my hair last night, real late last night. It's really dark. It came out a lot darker than I thought it was going to. Maybe another washing or two will make it a little bit lighter. But I did dye my hair. If you can somehow, in some universe, this is supposed to be vivid burgundy. It just came out kind of dark reddish. But I did dye my hair, and I actually like it darker because it had been so, like, it started growing out really, like, it was bad. It looked really bad. So I finally dyed my hair last night. I treated myself and dyed my hair. Hi, JD. All aboard the SS Peachy. Permanent vacation time. Yes, please. My favorite food is cereal. Oh my goodness. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. I played most of the first Kingdom Hearts, and the only Sonic I played was like on the Genesis a little bit back in the day. I would go over my friend's house and my neighbor's house and play it, and he's like, let's go play outside. I'm like, no, I don't play video games. I know there's an image in the manga, but like even then it wasn't even official, technically, you know? And they did dance together in the first musical, so it was kind of like official, unofficial. Like, nothing was said about it in the manga, but like, it was like said that they were all together in crystals. So what's my favorite Sailor Moon doujinshi? Oh my god, I don't even know. One of these days, I have like I still have a handful of doujinshi because I used to collect doujinshi and then I got rid of a bunch of them and I kept like my absolute favorites. One of these days, I have a big giant box of like just stuff like from when I was younger, like notebooks and drawings, and I think in that box is the doujinshi that I own. And like one of these days I wanted to just like open it up, don't go through it beforehand, just like open it up and look through all the stuff that I've completely forgotten about, like from my childhood. Like I think that would make an amazing video because there's stuff in there that I guarantee I don't even remember what's in that box. Oh, thank you guys. I'm glad you like the hair. I'm glad you like the hair. Yeah, it's kind of dark. Like I said, it'll probably fade pretty quickly because I just did it last night. So, you know, this is like the raw color. Oh no, Lord no. Lord no, I'm not streaming going through the box. Oh Lord no. It'll be a very edited video, trust me. I make no guarantees of what's in that box. I love you too, Poke fan. I'm so glad you're here. Are there any characters that you would absolutely love to see as a Figuarts figure? I mean, I think Eternal Sailor Moon would be the ultimate. I already got my ultimate was Super Sailor Moon, which we already got. So I've already gotten my ultimate Sailor Moon Figuarts figure. But after that would probably be Eternal Sailor Moon. Chaos in a box. Yes, Sailor Moon is the person who sails the moon's river. Holy crap, this video is already an hour and a half long, so I'm gonna go. Plus, I'm sweating and dying, and I've got some other stuff to record today. So I'm gonna get going, guys. Thank you so much for all of your love today and all of your support. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. It was awesome. Like I said, go support SailorMoonNews.com and SailorMoonCollectibles.com. The owners of those sites are very, very dedicated to reporting on Sailor Moon news and merchandise. So please go check them out and support them. And if you have any questions that you want to leave for next week, please leave them in the YouTube comments and I will clip them and answer them in next week's episode of Crystal Cast Live, which is what we are now going to call this. Thank you, Angel.
Bye-bye.
Perfect name. Perfect name. All right, guys, enjoy your day. I will see you tomorrow, Tuesday, at 11 a.m. for some Guild Wars 2 love. Big update tomorrow, and just for hanging out live on Twitch. All right, guys, take care. I love ya, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.